Hello, everyone. Welcome to weekly lecture videos once again. In this video, I'm going to discuss learning objective 2 of chapter 4. So essentially, we will be learning present value and discounting in this video. You may recall that we learned about future value in the previous video. And when we discussed future value, we are thinking of questions such as, what will my investment grow if it earns, let's say, 5% return every year for the next 6 years? The answer to this question is what we call future value. So we are investing $100 today, earns 5%. What will be the value after 6 years, right? There is another type of question that comes up even more often in financial management that is obviously related to future value, right? Suppose you need to have $10,000 in 10 years and you earn 5% on your money. How much do you have to invest today to reach your goal? Okay, so how do we know this? This is called a present value problem. So present value problem means how much you invest today so that you have a desired value in future. Okay. Now, we have seen again in our previous video that if we invest, for example, $1 today and earn a 10% interest, at the end of the year, it will be $1.1, right? Now, if we just twist this question in a way that how much do we have to invest today at 10% to get $1 in 1 year, okay? So once again, as I say, that this is a present value problem, okay? So present value essentially is the value of a cash flow today, okay? Value of a cash flow today that we expect to receive in future time. So let's say we expect to receive $100 after 1 year. So what is the value of this cash flow today? And if we calculate present value, we will see soon how to calculate. If we calculate present value, we will see that the present value is less than at its face value in future. Okay, so once again, let's say we will receive $100 after 1 year. And if we want to find out what is the value of this cash flow today, it will be less than $100, right? The reason it is less than $100 is the opportunity cost and risk and uncertainty, right? It's essentially is what we are calling the time value of money. So time value of money is that the sooner a cash flow is received, better it is, or it is worth more. Okay, so $1 today is worth more than $1 tomorrow. So which means that if you receive $1 tomorrow, its value today should be less. It cannot be $1 because $1 tomorrow is associated with risk and uncertainty. And also, since you are foregoing this $1 today, it has an opportunity cost. Okay. Okay, so we are already familiar with these formulas as future value equals to present value into 1 plus r power t. We have seen this formula in the previous video. Now, if we want to find out present value, we just rearrange this equation. Okay, so you can see that present value equals to future value divided by 1 plus r power t. Okay, so essentially, present value equals to future value into 1 plus r negative power t. Either way, you can calculate this. Now, we understand what the present value is, value of a cash flow today, when we have a certain discount rate and we have a time period. Now, what do we mean by discounting? You see that this is the process how we find out present value. The process of finding out present value is called discounting. Okay, that means if you have one or a series of cash flow coming, and you want to find out what is the value of that cash flow or the series of cash flow today. This process of finding out the present value is called discounting. Okay, so this is the present value factor. If you have this present value factor, and if you multiply it with the future value, you find out what the present value is for a given interest rate and for a time period. Now look that for a given R, that means when you have an interest rate or a discount rate, if T increases, present value decreases. So look, you have to understand this point. T means what? T means time period. And if T increases, it means that the future value is in long distance in future. Okay, that's why the present value will be lower. Okay, and for a given T, if R increases, present value also decreases because R is the discount rate, and as the discount rate increases, the present value also decreases. Mathematically, look, what is this? Present value equals to future value divided by 1 plus R power T. So both R and T are the denominator, right? So if R increases for a given T, or if T increases for a given R, the present value will decrease. Okay. Okay. Look at this example. Suppose you need $800 to buy textbooks next year, and you can earn 7% on your money. How much do you have to put today? Okay, so try to understand the question. How much do you have to put today so that you have $800 next year to buy your textbook? And whatever the amount you put today, you earn 7% on this. Okay, so present value equals to future value, which is 800, what you need in 1 year time, divided by 1 plus R. R is the interest rate. And you can see that it's 747.66, which means that if you put 747.66 today and 7% interest, end of the year, you will get $800 so that you can buy your textbook. Okay, so this is a present value problem. Now, how do we calculate present value when we have multiple periods? So look at this. You would like to buy a new car. You have $50,000, but the car costs $68,500. If you can earn 9%, how much do you have to invest today to buy the car in 2 years' time? Do you have enough? Okay. So look at the problem once again, that you have $50,000, but the car costs $68,500. Your interest rate is 9%. How much do you need to put today so that you can buy this car in 2 years? Okay, so once again, present value is future value, which is $68,500. That's the amount you need to buy the car, divided by 1 plus interest rate is 9%. And you can see that the value or present value of this cash flow is $57,655, which means that you need to put $57,655 so that you have $68,500 in 2 years' time to buy the car. However, you can see that you have $50,000, which means that you do not have enough, right? So you are short by $7,655. Okay, so if you add this with your investment and put the money for 2 years, then you can have $68,500 in 2 years' time to buy the car. Just another example, your company proposes to buy an asset for $335. You will sell the asset in 3 years for $400. You know, you could invest $335 elsewhere at 10%. So what do you think of the proposed investment? Okay, so look at the problem once again. Your company wants to invest $335 in a property that can be sold in $400 in 3 years. You have another option that you invest $335 elsewhere and earn 10%. Okay, so what do you think about the investment? So first of all, look, you invest $335 earn 10%, the value of your investment would be 445.89 in 3 years' time. Whereas if you invest this 335 in the property, you can only sell the property at $400, which means that this investment is not a good investment. Rather, investing 335 elsewhere at 10% will generate a greater value of the investment. Okay, so this is the end of our discussion in this video. So essentially in this video, we have learned what do we mean by present value and how do we calculate present value. Just to remind you once again that when we calculate present value, we essentially find out the value of a cash flow today that we expect to receive in future. The distant the cash flow is expected to be received, the lower is the present value. Higher the discount rate, the lower the present value. Okay, thank you very much.